through my training arc, mastering the art of the Squid Game. So I was sent by myself to test the strength I've grown throughout the ages. Quickly then I started with red light, green light, and that's when I spotted this baldy of a boy staring deeply into my soul. At first I let it slide, but then he did it again. So of course I gently asked him to get out of my block. Then I saw this poor boy getting pushed by this heartless soul, so I tried to avenge the boy but missed horribly. I lost all my aura in that one moment, but it didn't matter since I needed to mog the camera. I also mogged another individual as it's essential in my training. I was doing good so far, like always, until I was given the ultimate death sentence cookie, the triangle. I was shivering in my timbers until I cracked it once, then not long after cracked it again due to stress. And boy, hear me out, please, I didn't sign up for this. No! But then, Sung Jin-woo appeared out of nowhere and said the magic words arise to give me a second chance. And since the guard tried to end me, I picked up his buddy and threw him across the map. And boy, I bet he got pissed. But instead of pouring out his anger at me, he diddled this furry till his last breath. And once the lights went out, I attempted to slime this boy until I was glitched out the map. I didn't mean to do this, but I guess this is how the story goes. It was finally hide and seek, and luckily I got hider. So now I can demonstrate what I've learned during my training arc. So for starters, my duo Kai gave this poor boy the Asian treatment. But then another boy stepped foot in my territory, so I kindly tapped the boy with my fingers and put him to his place. But still, that didn't satisfy me, so I went off to rage bait this guy, and wow, you really followed me in here? What a good boy. And if that wasn't enough for you, I caught another boy in my block. Wow, you seekers don't learn your lesson. Have fun in the shadow realm. And now this is the result of the training arc, boy. Boy, that was a huge mistake. You actually thought I could get slimed by you? Goodbye, boy, have a good one. It didn't matter if you were a hunter. Anyone who dares to step foot in my block becomes the hunted. It's time for the good old jump rope. My legs could barely move after eliminating all the seekers, so I had to be carried by this kind gentleman. The boy was straight up aura farming by jumping backwards while doing a 360 no-scope. This is exactly why the devs should have not nerfed the game. It was glass bridge, and using my supervision, I easily made my way to victory and continued to aura farm. And also, you should totally check my bio. It was mingle, and the first round was groups of 1, so of course everyone went into their rooms like a good boy. It was now groups of 5, and we all aura farmed as it was too easy. But this girl just stood by the corner, probably questioning her existence. Mingle was no sweat, so I was finally ready for the Sky Squid Games. This was the moment I've been training for. One more game, no more, no less. I needed to finish what I started. I wasn't gonna be losing anymore, and just remember, boys, to stay close to Jesus at all cost. Anyways, we started the first round, and looks like the blonde boy took the pole and started to form dents in this poor boy. And I myself got involved, and the blondie continued to harass his until the boy had enough being the lunchbox. He definitely knew he was cooked. So the boy just walked over towards the edge and said his final goodbye. His sacrifice will probably be remembered. Then the next round, I took the big long stick to get the advantage. And since these boys were my homies, I aimed it at this poor girl and threw it at her, making her fall flat on the ground. And while waiting, we just stood by the campfire chilling. Quickly then, it was the final round. Me and the boys were ready to fight for the victory. Boy, what do you think you're doing? I claimed this block first. Now it looks like I have the upper hand. And as I turned around, it turns out my aura was just too much for my duo. Quickly then I went off to exterminate this kid, but he used his ultra instinct to evade my attack. Wait, what? How are you alive? Whatever, let's just end this boy together. How does it feel like to be smacked to the floor? You can't even stand a chance against me.